Hi, I'm your host, Roshaude Phillip, and today on Kingsborough Focus, we are with soon-to-be fashion designer, short filmmaker, and content creator, Jaheim Wallace, who's here to talk about his career. Hi, Jaheim. Happy to have you.
Thank you for having me, yo.
We know we have some inspirations in terms of your career, Leo Films, for one.
For sure.
Who would you say are other artists that have influenced you?
There's a lot of like hip hop influence. I really like West Side Gun and just Griselda, that whole team. Benny Conway, feel me? Just even Tyler the Creator. I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like the direction he's going with, just pushing his art, his music, and just being multi-talented and being like really well versed and being himself regardless of the art.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. And what would you say is maybe your favorite form artistically to express yourself, or maybe a favorite creator that has influenced said artistic expression?
My favorite creators is definitely like somebody like Cole with relatability. I really try to push relatability in my work and just really be in realism. Like if you see on my short films, I really just try to be just a day in the life, just everyday me. And I would say just anybody who's just not afraid to express themselves with what they're doing and just really being themselves in whatever it is. And I really just try to emphasize that in my artwork, like I'm genuinely me. Like this is not a facade or anything like that.
Well, that's actually very important. I know, you know, your genuineness is very important to you. So we have a picture actually to express said photo. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, man. That's dope. I really love that picture. It's probably like my most liked thing ever on like the internet. So it's just like I had this dope photographer named Rello. He's really like my good friend. Shout out to Rello. He came up with this idea for my birthday. Like, you know, I really want to do a shoot, but I'm just like, I don't really want to be like, everybody does a shoot for their birthday, but I'm like, let me try to separate myself and do something different, you know? So I was like, hey, let's go to, I think it was like the High Line in Manhattan. And we just really walked around. It was just really a good chemistry, and we just, the things were just natural, it was just rolling. It was just picture after picture, pose after pose.
Really well.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah.
What would you say has kind of inspired you in terms of your art form, and you know, what has driven you to kind of pursue the career that you're interested in?
Wow. That's a great question. I feel like the culture is very like, I know everybody usually like to use that as like a buzzword, but the culture in general with just hip hop, media, or just even just black culture in general, I feel like it really inspires me to just really express that, because I feel like oftentimes like we don't really get a chance to really just, you know, be put on main stage and in a positive direction. It's always like a bad narrative or something like that. So I was like, you know what, if they're gonna see what I'm doing or like see the art I'm putting out there, they're gonna have like a positive representation, or at least they could relate, you know? Yeah. So that was
That's great. That's great. And what would you say that we're looking forward to next?
What I'm looking forward to next, really just putting out more projects, just really just doing more shoots and doing more artwork, even music-wise, and just seeing what else I could tap into. But I really want to push for something really nice in filmmaking. I really copped some new cameras and stuff like that, so I'm really just ready to just shoot, you know?
That's great. That's great. And we actually have a surprise photo for you to see.
Oh, that's dope. This was taken at the skate park at, I think, downtown.
Around York Gold?
Yeah. So this was taken at the skate park. Skateboarders are actually super cool. Like, everybody try to make them out as these edgy people, but yeah, they were just like, hey man, like let's do a shoot, it's dope. Like we just did the shoot right then and there with my photographer Kyle, for me. That's like my brother, and we really just said, hey, let's get up and do this. I had a shirt that I thought looked cool. I said, hey, these SBs match it, and let's go ahead and shoot. And it turned out so great. And shout out to his just masterpiece of just his magazine cover looking, and it just really came out really nice editing. So it was really crisp.
That's great. That's great. And would you say between your short films and your pursuits in fashion, how exactly do you want to go about moving forward, kind of bringing those two together?
I really want to get the short films to have some notoriety. I feel like once you get that audience and that core audience and you curate it properly, I feel like then the merch or the subcategories, or even, it's more than merch, it's fashion. I feel like I want to take it to a certain level, but just like that, having that audience to just even buy your stuff or believe in what you believe in, I feel like is base level for anything, for product selling or anything like that. So I feel like once I could do that properly and have a good audience and just like, hey, you're going to support me no matter what, not offer like anything, then I feel like, yeah, I will get the the fashion I want it to be.
Well, it's good to hear that you're so passionate about it. We've been very happy to have you here and talk about this.
Appreciate it.
And we'd like to say thank you for tuning into this today's broadcast of Kingsborough Focus. We had a very insightful chat with our guest, Jaheim Wallace. Jaheim, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, bro.